All right, folks, here we go. Very sad. Wednesday night, kind of the day after. A lot of details. A lot of details. I thought it would be important to certainly come on, talk about all the news that has come out, and there's still more news that happens to be coming out. I posted on depetro.com. Now, again, if you check the website, you know, I'm always then in a little bit of a difficult situation because if I don't break the news and give the news that I know, then someone else would. And then it becomes, oh, like they have information that you don't have. And I don't want that, you know? But the latest news, again, this explains, and it's not easy, folks. Again, some people don't understand or appreciate all the details. Thank you, Spread the Light. How about a nice super chat? I know, but there he is. But there he is. And what we have learned, I know, Melissa. Let it out, everybody. There's no language barriers tonight. Let me just double check. I think everything is fine. We're on X. We're on YouTube. We have the news. And it's one of those things that, people are asking me. And then I knew what the answer was. I think, let me just, yeah. Okay. Now, and just to be, obviously very clear, he is, Dawn, the worst. Telling you, Jessica Perry. So last night, when they said they recovered the remains of Kylee, right, at the press briefing. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that, everybody. He is. So some people felt, gee, what's that all about? Now, I want to be very clear. If this type of thing makes you uncomfortable, I totally understand. But this is an adult-oriented discussion. We are adults. We're going to talk about it. I know. Hi there, Cindy Shepard. Hi, everybody. There's Corey, my friend. Thank you, Corey. So it's on the website. I mean, I can pull it up. Again, folks, this was a lot of effort. Last Wednesday, a full sprint. As many of you know, I worked all weekend on this. And the rest of the media, the family, I think they understood that. But there it is. He burned the pregnant body. So it's right there. You can see it on depetro.com. Obviously, I mean, I'm very comfortable with the sources that we have. Thank you, Deborah. Yes, yes. There's my friend, Captain Chris, the greatest. I miss him. Terrible. So, but just to recap, because then people commented at different times, right? But that is why, and again, you can log on. I posted, and there's someone on TikTok saying you don't have to post this stuff. You can just tell us. Folks, anyone that spends any time here, no one pays attention, no one reads, no one listens. I posted, then you read at your leisure. All our videos are on demand. You watch whenever. But last night, I mean, I have it. They're saying they recovered what they believe to be her remains. So again, this is just a warning. If this is gruesome, I want to be very clear. I also, and as I'm saying this, sometimes I'm saying things so you guys can also back me up. I can't stand, for instance, the people that say, none of you should be talking about this. Well, we want to talk about it. And we're adults. And I don't understand these people that try to, no one should be talking about this. And they're like big know-it-alls. You know what they remind me of is like the people that were an RA in college that definitely, shouldn't have been in charge of anything. But so listen, I'm going to walk through and explain what happened. If I am not offended, if you say, I can't listen, I'm not offended. But don't sit here and type in, no one should be discussed. Like that part I don't get. You know what we need to teach people is scroll past. Scroll past. If I'm flipping around and I see something that I don't want to, I just keep going. I'm not even offended in the least. What I don't, quick vent on the Wednesday. I don't understand these people. They want to stop and tell me how much they don't like the content. I don't get it. Just keep rolling. Keep rolling. Not offended in the fucking least. Okay, just keep it moving. But I will tell you what happened. We'll talk about that, Gary. We'll talk about that. Yep. Keep it moving, right, Felicia? Hey, these people try to call a timeout. So there's an argument behind the shed. The Wednesday night, one of the sisters, they were FaceTiming with them. The two of them, they said they had a fight, but it had calmed down. Obviously, it did not calm down. So they're outside. We don't know exactly the exact time or how they ended up there, but they're outside behind the shed. Now, again, this is just a warning. Thank you, Nicola. Is that Nicole? They do love. Thank you, Debbie. All right, now this is not going to be for everyone. I'm just giving the premise because I want you to understand. I feel I have the right to defend myself and the content I'm putting out there. But don't think it doesn't mean I'm going to stop putting it out. But I'm not just going to let people say like that. So they're having the argument. I mentioned that argument where he's saying to her, I want my life back. I want to take my life back. Like, how did you end up here? You're 18. Thank you for allowing me to have sex with a woman for the first time, which apparently it was. And she also had said, every time you tell me to go away, and I don't want to get too personal, but she would say, and then we have makeup sex. So listen, he's a 22-year-old guy. He'd never been with a broad before. I mean, anything is better than him and the grandparents and the brother. So every port in a storm. And everybody looks good at closing time. But anyhow, listen, I'm sure he would get excited that he was going to have a female instead of just him at home alone with the grandparents. But then once the excitement had subsided, they had some problems. So anyhow, I hate, but he stabbed her twice in the neck, then in the chest, and the knife, I don't even like saying this, but it happened, broke off into the body. So there it is. They're outside. Obviously, she's on the ground. There's blood. We'll see. I'm not giving them my negative energy, my three sons. I'm just, yeah, that's right, in a sock or Kleenex, who knows. So now what to do? Now, from what we understand, and I can play the arraignment, but I did play it several times today at 1. So he starts digging, but it sounds like, now, in a movie, you see people digging a ditch. In real life, it takes a long time. Now, I have no idea what the ground is like. I heard the ground is really hard. So whatever. But he apparently, and again, I want to be crystal clear. This is not designed for the family. We've had the family on. But I don't want to see someone say, how dare you talk that way? The family is watching. This is not designed. I would imagine they're grieving. They're consoling each other. I don't think they should be watching any media, let alone myself. No emotion at all. And I want to ask your thoughts on that. So it sounds like he just covers her over with brush. So Thursday, he basically buries her. I think they say 5 feet. Now, I have learned, just so you know, you're not going to see this on Channel 10. You're not going to see this on Channel 12. No one. Listen, I have police sources. And so that's why yesterday, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that's why yesterday I knew that he had confessed. I knew they had found the body. I knew that he had drawn a map, and I knew that he had, taken her life in that way. So I don't know exactly when. So sometime on Thursday or Thursday night, from what I understand, he burned the body. Now, again, I don't know all the particulars of how one goes about doing that, whether it's, I don't know. But that is why. Thank you, nurse. Thank you. I appreciate that. And it is difficult, folks. Like many of you. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm glad it's raining and I'm not out tonight. I'm tired. And then I had to get up early for a 6:30 police raid this morning. So when we have video up on that. But getting back to this, because I want to hear some of your thoughts on it, answer some questions if we can. But that's why they said, and I had heard that, but I didn't want to just blurt it out. Let alone yesterday we had Kitty on, one of the sisters. So, but I had heard that. And that's why, because I did see people were sending me messages like, how come they said they recovered what they believed to be her remains? I didn't want to say because this psycho burned the body, but that's possible why he then felt so to find anything, because he was himself that he had in fact, he thought he had kind of covered his tracks, so to speak. Oh, hold on one moment. Let me get. Okay, what's happening? Okay, hold on, everybody. Hold on one momento. There we go. Okay. So, but listen, you don't try to make sense of it because another, like this guy, him, 22. Look at this. And she's pregnant with his child. So terrible. I don't want to talk the whole time. I know. He is Jocelyn. So cocky, strolling in without an attorney. That is exactly right. You're doing adult things. You're going to get treated and punished like an adult. I think so, Tina. I think they need to, he did, Carrie Ann. He did think he was going to get away with it. So, and I believe that he liked the friend. She found that poor, let me bring her up. Poor Kylee deserved so much better than what she received from this complete degenerate creep that, oh my goodness. I mean, you think about it. First, she's pregnant. She finds out, and we think that he fooled around with her friend. And with some convincing, I could post the picture of the friend if you guys want. But first, she has to find out that. Then he's saying you can't stay here. And then you would, I mean, there's no, okay, I did see. I have one question. Is this the, hold on. I thought I saw that. Maybe it's not. I know. Massachusetts does not have the death penalty. Show record. Thank you, Kevin. I don't know. Last night was an eye opener of all these I know. I feel the same way, Corey. I've been thinking nonstop. I want to thank all of you, though, because no conscience, Anne Marie. None. Folks, if you know how I say, wait, if you have questions now, I will answer questions if I can. Do you know anything about the family history? I do. The father died. The mother doesn't live there. The father was a butcher. Alexi says, let's see the friend. I heard he made her sleep in the shed. I heard that as well. Charge him with the double. We don't know yet. Imagine that. Then business as usual. How about that, Gail? I think he went to work. The grandmother still drove him to work. Gail says, show the photo of the friend. We'll see what the Katie, I'm so glad. I want to see this. I should start to put those Rehoboth police. They worked nonstop. Is it true she was burned? Folks, what? I take exception with this. Is it true she was burned after death? What? Nicole Morrow. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do in these situations. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Troy. Thank you. This is my friend Troy. Yes. I just said it's on the. Someone said, don't show the friend. I don't have to. Katie says, show the friend. He worked at Hannaford's in Taunton. That's not the market that I heard of, but you could be right. I know. Kara says, friend picture. Jocelyn says, let's see the friend. I don't know. You guys tell me, what do I do when I'm like taking my time? I'm explaining something. I post something on to petro.com. And then we have someone come in with that question. Is it true? I just said I fucking posted it. Do these people not? Marissa says yes. Okay, I can. I'm waiting to see if the YouTube people, someone will send a super chat. Thank you, Anna. Do you see what I know, Katie? Like, do you guys understand? I go walk through the whole thing. It's not easy for me to explain this. I feel awkward explaining it. And then, but the way that was even phrased, is it true? I have it fucking posted on the website. Why would I do that? Is it true? No, I posted it because it's false. What the fuck is wrong with these people? It can't be me. It can't. Thank you, Melissa. It can't be me. Like, I can't take this personal. Felicia, should I not? I shouldn't take it personal. Is it true? Didn't I just explain that I put it on the fucking website? And then someone, is it true? No, I put it there because it's not fucking true. Like, what is wrong with these people? And I realize I'm tired. Oh, there we go. There's Linda. All right. I do not. That's an insult. And I'll tell you why. He's not an investigative anything. That creep. They're already trying to say that the Massachusetts state, that's an insult. Who put that? That is in no way a compliment. He is a fucking degenerate liar. You're going in timeout. Oh my God. That is that is like saying you're scum by saying that comment. I mean, that is, they were trying to spread the rumor that I know, I can't take it personal. Is it true? Yeah, I only posted it because it's not. I know, Chris. I know. I shouldn't. Part of it's being tired. I mean, I'm wicked fucking tired. But I know. I shouldn't be. I know. But it's also easy to say that, like, don't be offended type of thing. But I don't think it is. I don't think it is. You can't control it. And notice they just come in and they just start bursting everything. So, please, please, no discussion of these degenerates. Oh my God, these people are pathological liars. We are. Thank you, Doris. We are. The people asking questions are pests. They are. No, I don't know what that means. Let me go to that. It's hard to believe. Hold on. It's hard to believe it's true. It's so. You know what I mean? You mean, Alex? So stabbing her in the neck twice, and then in the chest where the knife breaks off, and then burying her behind the shed. That's easy to handle. But the burn part, it's so terrible, that part. No, that would explain. Look at Jasmine. Thank you. Let's see her. All right. That's one way to do it. All right. I'll show the friend. So now listen, it could be is it true? To be honest with you, Kylee, I said, Kylee, to be honest with you, show the friend. All right, give me a second. Yeah, might as well. Might as well. Also, I know people, someone said, don't show him anymore. Like, first of all, I can't stand, folks, I'm youngest of 7. I immediately, so that means a house of 9 people. So I always resent. But these people that, oh, hold on. I didn't send it to myself yet. All right, everybody bear with me. I don't like the commands. These people that, some guy posted, all right, but no more showing his picture. What? Like, what are you talking about? And here was the reason. That's just the attention he wants. Listen, I assure you, this little rat doesn't want any attention. So enough of that. He's not trying to sell a book for crime. I mean, people just get ridiculous a little bit. Don't give him any attention. He just wants attention. I disagree. I don't accept the premise. I don't accept the premise. Excellent job by Rehoboth Police. Excellent job by State Police. See, some of the conspiracy people. Oh, I don't know. I could hear about it last night. Oh, maybe the police buried her there and they're framing him. Do you see like how nonsensical that is? Do you realize why I can't take any of those people seriously? How who would, like, if you think that, and they started floating that out. Oh, well, you don't know. Look what they did to Karen. Karen, the fucking drunk. That's a weak paw. That's a weak paw. Karen, with the fucking Fall River accent. God, I loathe her. You have no idea. You want to talk about the original drunken hagbag. It's fucking double-fisted Reed and all her loser followers. Kylee, yo, I'm from Fall River. Ugh, that fucking voice. Jesus. No wonder John O'Keefe had to be fucking annihilated to put up with it. Jesus. God. The only thing that I'm amazed at is I'm surprised with that voice. I'm surprised he didn't kill her. All right, that's going too far. Yeah, the accent. Kylee, oh, it's a weak paw. Oh, I was like, I can't. That fucking hag bag. Hi, Joe Rowe. Total Brandy. She is the biggest fucking hag bag drunk. Yeah. How about that? Diddy. Thank you. Thank you, Ann Marshall. I love you for that. I know. You know what? And I haven't been able to talk to that person really since. I was like, what did you think happened? All I thought of was Diddy. What? Yeah, he flew the jet at TF Green. Let's rent an SUV. We're going to ride outside of Coventry High and see if we can kidnap this person. All I could have, as opposed to, let's go to Vegas and we'll hand out like 10 grand and get them to fly back to Beverly Hills. Jesus. Or, the Four Seasons in Vegas, for crying out loud. All right. We're going to do it. I'm going to show. I want to be very clear. I'll start with I have two photos. One is of her. This is hard because it's the two friends. Now remember, the friend told us about her, and she drove them. So, are we ready? Yeah. Kylee, father, that's a weak paw. Hi there, Ginger. Yeah. We have them, Will. We have them. They're on the website. You go into shop. Yes, we have plenty of merch. I know. We are, Melissa. Hold on. Is someone saying that I have ADHD? Who put that? Trisha Ann. Are you talking about me? Are you? Hold on. See, this is then these comments. Is she talking about me? This is where then. No, I do. All right. Absolutely, Katie. Who can be? You got to go through the process. Our mods are fine. Oh, she has ADHD. Okay. I thought you meant who you mean can be? All right. All right. Ready? All right. Let's take a vote. Oh, all right. Enough. Please don't mention those people. I don't want to hear about. They're frauds. They don't know anything. They still go along with. Look at this. Why do I have to see these people? Listen, they're saying the Massachusetts State Police buried her in a framing. Greg. That's how moronic these people are. All right. Hey, go easy, Harvey. That is not true. I have we're now at over 101,000 followers on Facebook. I will. All right, here we go. Do we want to see the three of them together or just Kylee and the friend? I'll just show them. It doesn't matter. Yes, thank you, Christina. All right, ready? Here we go. There they are. So that was her friend that drove. I want to be very clear. She's not accused of doing anything wrong. She's not accused of breaking any laws. She is not accused of doing anything. Is Mrs. Johnson watching? Diane. All right. Diane is watching. They do. They do. So there they are. So obviously Kylee on the left. Her name, I want to be very clear. We have not heard she did anything wrong. She has not been accused of any crime. But for whatever reason, she also dressed up this night. And good evening again to Diane. I hear she enjoys the program. Now, who else is in the photo? Again, you're not going to see there anywhere else. You're not going to get this. Well, we poor. There they are. Now, the one on the left, she drives in black. Anna on the left, Kylee to the far right, Captain Creep, the boyfriend. Listen, suddenly all right, now who is, hold on, here we go. I didn't say she had anything to do with it. How do you know her? How do you know her, Brad? No one said she had anything to do with it. Only you're saying that. We're not saying that. I just said. Exactly. That's right. They went to the prom together. He didn't go. Captain Creep. What that Brad is going to calm down. No one's saying that she did anything wrong. I keep saying she didn't do anything wrong. However, she drives she drives, and what I understand, yes, groom. From what we understand, Kylee was under the impression that the boyfriend had hooked up with her friend. So then it was very devastating. Yep. Very, very devastating. Now, if you're him, there's the two friends, and suddenly, he's feeling himself, and he now feels like man about town. And what I want, whoever this Brad is, who clearly knows Anna, in no way has anyone said she had anything to do with it. Brad McDonough. You do not know the facts. I certainly do know facts. Anna did not have anything to do with it. We didn't say that. You people on this need to blow up. I don't know what that, I think she means grow up. But let me touch on that for a moment. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's a family member. I think she lives in Rhode Island. So, but as much as he says it doesn't have anything to do with her, is it very possible? Yes, thank you, Jacqueline. Is it very possible, though, that if he had sex with Anna, which I've heard that he might have, why do you keep saying that? How do you know that? How do you know that? Who cares if she drives? You know who would care, Brad? Someone who doesn't drive. Someone who doesn't drive. So that's who would care. What do you mean, who cares that she... I have plenty of facts. All right, explain yourself. Are you related to her? Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on? You don't have the facts. What facts don't we have? Feel free to put them in. No. Don't block him. No, don't block him. There's no reason to block him. He's not being obscene. He's trying to argue something, but he just keeps saying you don't have facts. How do you know that he suddenly didn't like her? He broke up with Kylee. He didn't want to see, I know, he didn't want to see Kylee anymore. How do you know that he didn't like her? It's very possible. So here's the facts we know. He killed Kylee. He burned the body. He buried it. Yes. No one, I don't think no one, no, well, he has to send me a direct message if he sends me a direct message or says that he wants to come on. But what he also needs to clarify that, hold on. And I want to just send a quick to our mods. Slow down, deleting when I am on like this. Okay. Now there's a lot of questions coming in. I mean, I don't know. Well, we don't know, but he could just be jumping on. There's Tracy. Hi there, Tracy. I know, but this business of facts, we know a lot of facts. We've had the facts so far, so I don't know what he's talking about. No one accused her of doing anything wrong. There are the two friends. They went to prom together. So I don't know why this guy is freaking out. Yes, that's it. It is possible. It is possible that they did hook up. And by the way, there wouldn't be anything wrong with that. There wouldn't be anything wrong with that. So, oh, I missed it. Yeah, but he's not saying anything. He just keeps saying, you don't know what you're talking about. He's welcome to send a direct message to this page. He's welcome to send a direct message to this page. So, but we can't, oh, this is it? This is the friggin' message? You don't have the facts. What facts don't, Did he kill Kylee? That's what they're accusing him of. Did he supposedly burn the body? Yes. Did he bury her behind the shed? Yes. What part is not right? No. If you Natalie, if you log on to DePietro.com, you can see everything right there. See, again, like you guys can see in real time. Hold on. Why? Here he goes again. All right. Can you clarify? How do you know her? How do you know her? All I'm saying is she had nothing to do with this, and it's not fair you guys are talking about her. That's not what I've heard. That's not what I've heard. She knows both of them. I heard that I know. I heard that she's the one that encouraged him to call the police reporting her missing. So she does. All right. Again, folks, I can't force Brad to come on. I'll send him a link if he wants to come on, but I can't force him. But this, Brad, and again, I'm taking you at your word that maybe you do know her or you knew something about this. Maybe you're nervous. So, and I don't want to then just keep talking to him in this manner where I have to wait for him to put a comment. That's not fair. So you keep saying that. Brad, this is your last chance. Either explain how you're related to her. The facts is they don't know, so they have no right talking about her. All right, Brad, answer this question. Yes or no? Did the police interview her? You certainly seem to know her. Yes or no? Did the police talk to her? Let's see how he answers. Now, see, folks, this can go either way. So, see, look at this. Why? I am? Yeah. I know. Nate McDonough, probably another friend. That's what would be my guess. All he keeps saying is you don't have the facts. Well, answer that question. Where's Brad? See, I don't like this. Folks, I apologize. This is how someone kind of hijacks what we're trying to do. I'm trying to be fair. I'm not swearing at him. I'm not yelling at him. I'm not even insulting him. I don't know who that is. I can't let someone like this take up the whole night. I can't, because this whole business, these people are so. Oh, you're the one saying she has nothing. You guys have all the answers. You tell me. Brad, this is the final chance. Final chance. Or I'm sorry, you're selfishly hijacking the chat. I'm going to give you one last chance. You can either DM the page or answer the question. So you guys have all the answers. No, I have the answer. I'm right here. I haven't insulted you. I'm not using foul language. But you are telling us not to discuss something. So, no, I'm not going to. Nope. Because, listen, we'll block him. I'm not going to have someone hijack. I'm just stating a fact. Nothing to do with it. See, you won't answer it. Last chance. Yeah, but you're being annoying because you keep saying she has nothing to do with it. Answer that question. Was she interviewed by the police? He is wasting our time. I know. See, it's what he is. This is really like a countdown. I'm trying to be nice, but I can't. Like, this is selfish. You just keep coming in. He doesn't have to come on, but you don't just come in and keep saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Stop talking about it, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's bullshit. So I know. He is wasting our time. I want you guys to see. Yes, I know, I'm going to. Why? What do you mean do not block him? Why? He's not adding anything. No, that's not it. That's not it. Thank you, Day. I appreciate that. In a minute. I'm handling this first. So, all right, I'll say to the moderators when he comes back on, when he pops up again, you have my permission to block him. I gave him a chance. But and here's the thing, and I want to highlight this, that this, like, stop talking about it. She's got nothing to do with her. Listen, I was saying earlier that he could have had a crush on her. This could have been his new love interest. She's not in any legal trouble. She hasn't been named as a co-conspirator. No one's saying anything like that. Like, these people are very, very challenging to deal with because they try to bring you to their level mentality. If he had a crush on someone, listen, there are different, I've talked about this, there's different level of stalkers, right? Like Mark David Chapman, who, the whole, trying to impress Jody, what's her name? There's different people are whacked. I talked about Scott Peterson. He suddenly wanted a relationship with Amber Fry. It doesn't mean the person's in trouble. But this, like, putting up, stop talking about it. She's got nothing to do with it. Exactly, Sheila. Well, they don't have to. I mean, they're all a little odd. And if she did end up having some kind of relationship with him, well, then that makes her doubly odd. So, but I just, these people that come out of the woodwork, and we've been through this, much like I told her, Kylee, stay at fucking Crossroad, like that. Like, that's the advice you give? That's the advice? That's what you're telling the pregnant girl? I mean, the whole thing is sad. It's sad that there he is. There's the property. It's just, Melissa, it's just so selfish, these people, that, I started saying that it just throws everything off. And they don't care, that's a hijacker. But, like, don't say that has nothing to do with her. No one is saying. I just said, all right, this is the final thing I'm going to say about it. I just said she hasn't been accused of anything. The investigation is, she's not in any legal trouble. If he was attracted to her and wanted to dump Kylee and be with this other girl, that doesn't mean she did anything wrong. You don't have the facts. Stop talking about it. Shut the fuck up, Brad. Jesus. Ah, he does. I know. Poor little Kylee. If you guys did research, well, I'm live at the moment, so you know who Brad is. I'm going to leave that to one of you. I'm going to leave that to one of you guys. Yes, but they don't listen, Janet. They don't. Many of you are good listeners. Listening seems to be a lost art for some people. I don't know. Someone could tell us. Someone check his profile, comb through. Someone could do it. I don't know what you're talking about, Ray. Can we please get back on track here? I'd like to start answering some questions. Many people come here with questions. If you have a question, right now I'm calm and I'd be happy to answer it. So, Kerry, instead of you could just tell us who it is. I don't know. He could be related. He could be related. So someone else can check that out. I did not hear that. Trisha. First I've heard of that. Nope. There he is, Brad McDonough. All right. See, here we go. We try to be nice. Brad McDonough. Now I have to look him up. Why, if you won't tell us what is your connection to this, and you have selfishly, and I've given you countless opportunities to explain your connection to this case and how you would know this stuff. So, lives in Attleboro. Okay. There he is. So, I'm going to guess he is, I would think, related to her. That would be my guess. So, listen, Brad, this business of, telling us to stop talking about it, it's, how's that working out? Now, let me get that off the screen. Just ridiculous. Yeah, it probably is, right? Captain Creep. No, he's not. Now, that's a question we're going to answer. And I'm going to instruct. Now, we have mods. Let's do we tried. We tried. So, hey, he's another one, right? That's your daughter? Why is she hanging around? Why is she hanging around with yes. Why is she hanging around with Greg? There's a good question. All right. Kerry, I missed that. He's gone. Thank you, Garney. Now, question. Kylie's dead body burned after she was thrown to a hole. Yes. Yes. I kind of have answered that, Peter. Peter, I'm not going to be rude, but if you go to DePietro.com, he stabbed her to death. He stabbed her 3 times, twice in the neck, 1 in the body, fallen. I don't know time of death or anything like that, but then once in, buried into the ground, burned. That's my understanding of it. That's my understanding. I have no idea. I don't believe Anna's ever been here. I don't believe Anna's ever been here. So, you're not going to be rude this time like you was with me. I'm totally offended. I don't know who she's talking to. I don't know how. The brother's older, I believe. Yes, he did. That's why they were then. I have not heard that he's a twin. Yep. Yes. Explain the situation with the bearing thing. I don't know what that means. I got to admit, I'm trying to answer some questions, but I don't. Thank you. Does that mean the burning thing? Well, that's why, as I explained, if you're offended, this isn't the place to be. Thank you, Felicia. Where is Kylie's cat? I don't know. Yes, I think that is very important. Sister's probably got help in the past. She's 18. Yes, I think Alexi is exactly right. Yeah, listen, this is not easy. This is not easy. He is being held for the time being. Oh, it's Anna's father. Okay. We figured, right? We kind of figured it was the father. So, well, listen, Brad, just be glad that she's alive because her friend is not. All right. So here were the 3 friends, and they went to prom together. 2 people in this photo were still alive. Little did we know there were actually 4 people in this photo. I don't think she was pregnant yet. I don't think so. So he could be, Mariah, he could be. Let's not get ahead of ourselves on that. Now, remember, that will be the medical examiner. She had gone to the hospital I don't know what's going to happen. Where's he being held right now? Does that matter? I don't know. I mean, he may be charged with 2 murders. He could be. I've been through this, and also after you ask for help so many times, they do. They tire people out. They do. Natricia Ann, you are saying things that we have not heard. We have not heard that. So he did not go to the prom. He did not go to the prom. I'll answer that. Why did he plead not guilty? They always do. There was a public defender that offered, they put in a not guilty plea. They're not prepared for anyone to offer a guilty. So they offer a not guilty plea. That's automatic. That's basically automatic. So that could change. That could change. I don't think this will go to trial. I don't think so. So, but that certainly could change. Photo was from April. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Katie knows. Yes. Yes, exactly right, Philip. Gianna's exactly right. Yep. All right. Now, Trisha, do you gotta okay, you made your point, but let's all right, ready? See how people start to hijack? You know? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. He doesn't have the resources to go to trial. Yes, he'll come to a plea agreement. There will be no trial. So, exactly. Thank you, Christina. How do you know that? I have not heard that. I have not heard that. Anyone's kids go to school with Greg? We've had some people earlier who did. Yes. Why did the shelter failed her? I don't think so. They have a system in place. There's a curfew. She couldn't follow it. You can't start saying things like that. They didn't fail her. That's not appropriate. Your son did. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I don't know how she'd be resting. Yes, thank you, Kat. This Saturday night is the vigil. There's been nothing about that. Amori Cafe. I have not heard anything about that. You put it as an and. I don't accept the premise of the question. So again, I can't keep saying it. That's possible. That's possible, Trisha Ann. Supposedly, we don't know, Melissa. We don't know. Let's see how that plays out. Was that the first time? Did she explain that had happened? I don't know. He was very bullied, Marissa. Very bullied. Yep. Is this a real question? What? All right. Sometimes. What? All right. I'm going to let you guys answer that. What? See what I mean? We're trying to have a conversation. Should be all adults. And Marie Fontaine comes out with a question like that. I know. Let's give her a moment. I know. Marie, you want to follow that up with an explanation? Kylee was bullied also. I know. Socially awkward and quiet. Marie Fontaine? I don't know. I'm being very patient. Thank you, Michelle. Yes. That is a stupid question. You know the people that say, in school there's no such thing as a stupid question? Yeah, exactly. Ridiculous. Who would ask that? I know, guys, isn't it? Like, it's so, yeah, that's right, Carol. God, I can't take it personal, right? It can't be because of me. It can't be because of me. They are terrible. Yes. That goes beyond stupid, though. I know. But I know, Lisa. I agree. They're just. But you know what's frightening is I almost think that. I know. Thank you, Brenda. I almost think that ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. What was the. Now you're insulting me? What was the stupid question I asked? Yes, thank you, Diana. I try to do this with the chat. Look how it goes off the rails. And then, like, another person says, hold my beer. What stupid question did I ask? I don't know what that means. What? I know, but oh, okay. All right. Maybe I won't take it that way. Thank you, Breezy Dan. They are. I think that is actually some idiot that is not following that she was pregnant when all of this happened. If we want to go better for the doubt, that's really not an. Oh, okay. Thank you, Cassandra. You guys calm me down. There's Ames. So I know, Chris, but it's, and this is, these are adults. And look at this. Thank you very much, Michaela. I appreciate that. Have they found her yet? That's right, Ann Marshall. Ann Marshall is so brilliant. Like some of you, I am so, listen, this is not an easy case. You guys see how we walk through it. I was very comfortable with our coverage. I know. I'm telling you, Kerry, I don't get it. It's kind of, hi there, Marcus. Hola. It's many of the people that shouldn't ask questions are the ones that ask the most questions. I don't get it. And even when we try to, well, she was after she was deceased. Yeah. Oh, stupid. I don't know what that means. Talking about, oh, okay. Thank you, Debbie. Okay. There we go. Listen, it's a lot to take in. This is just such a horrible story. That was odd having the father come in. He served no purpose. I couldn't have been clearer than to say that she has not been accused of anything. Knew the two of them, but he's the one that like dragged out the whole thing. Yes. Yep. I love the judge. I'm sorry as well. Sad day. So, but folks, this is how. Oh, thank you, Heather. I know. I do, Day. I appreciate that. Dave Vogel. I'm telling you, folks, there was no weekend. I have worked nonstop on this. And as a result of that, and I'm glad you see that you say that. Thank you, Robin. He does. One of the things is like a lot of the people that were jumping in last night, they didn't realize that we were doing this every night. They didn't realize that we were talking to Kitty. They didn't realize we were talking to the friend in Mama Bear. They didn't realize that I had gone out there. They don't realize that I, work with police. I work with police. I saw police every day. Keep in mind, I saw Massachusetts State Police every day from April 2nd to June 18th. Every day. And every day at that courthouse, a new trooper would come up to me and say, I just want you to know, I think you do great work. And thank you for supporting us and so forth. So, last night, I'm not going to relive some of it, but Thank you, Texas Pratt. So last night, there was a free Karen Reed person who was, and they were like taking shots at me on another platform, but saying, how does he know this? How does he know he confessed? How does he know they found the body? How does he know blah blah? How does he know what happened Wednesday night? How did he? Well, because maybe I wasn't running around spreading wild fucking conspiracy stories. So the fucking police talk to me, you hagbag. Did you ever fucking think of that? How did you know? Yeah. Why don't you go spread your fucking conspiracy stories with can't be poor, weak poor in the Fall River with no ass? Why don't you go spread the fucking conspiracy with her, you fucking hagbag? How did you know? Oh, he's saying they found the body. Oh, shut the fuck up. I hate those fucking idiots. All right. Sorry, everybody. Yes. Yes. Yes, Dave, Stephanie. Yes. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Thank you, Ann Marshall. It's genuine. Like they're such morons. Someone sent me a clip. But it's like, why would they speak to you, you idiots? Anyone else think it's odd she's buried there? I wouldn't be surprised if the Rehoboth. Oh, here we go again. I wouldn't be surprised if. Oh, God. Good. Go chase that. Ridiculous. Thank you, Keith. We were right on this story. And I want you to. Her mother is my cousin. She didn't have any cancer. Okay. I'm very sorry about that. I know. But one of the things is very sad about the judge. And I know the boys. I was communicating with them. And Judge Caprio was a friend of mine. And Hagbag, that's right, Melissa. Oh, my God. They're the worst. Thank you, Debbie. Oh, I can't stand them. I don't know anything about the grandparents. I don't. So, thank you. Until I hear differently, I'm not like when he said, the father saying, you don't have the facts. You don't have the facts. She had nothing to do with it. He wouldn't answer the question, was she interviewed by the police? Because I already know the answer to that. So don't. Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate that. But I want you guys to understand, and I think you saw how it came together, where what I do, and I'm just sharing, and some people don't get it. And last night was a good example. I mean, you'd see the people posting on the page, how are you reporting this? I just checked. No one else is reporting it. And people were how can you say they found the body? You're the only one saying they found the body. First, these people are saying, why are you saying the police are at his property? I just checked Channel 10. They're not reporting that. Well, we were first on the scene. And by the way, we had a star was born yesterday with, she was so great. Rachel. Rachel was great. Rachel and Brenda were right there. We had our own. Now, Marie Fontaine, look how she comes back. I was just asking. We're not going to block her, but Marie, she was pregnant and then he stabbed her, put her in the ground, and then burned the body. How's the baby? Now do you see? I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I shouldn't, but I will. That's not even an inappropriate question. It's she was 3 months pregnant. But I'm going to go benefit of the doubt that Marie Fontaine is just thinking the child in the mix, not that she was pregnant. And then you almost like one said, how's her cat? Or where's the cat? Like as if anybody's keeping track of that. But what I like to do, and we have so many new people, is is yeah, he wouldn't answer that. He wouldn't answer that. Exactly, Christina. Are you kidding me? Listen, there were do we want to list the options here? I don't want to see you anymore, and I'm going to be a deadbeat, and I'm not going to give you child support. That's an option. It's not the right option, but that's an option. I think we should give the child up for adoption. That's an option. Killing her is not an option. That is insanity. So, and he's obviously going to pay the penalty. I'm telling you, they have no common sense. I don't know what Bill put. Do I really want to see this? I didn't see what Bill put. Bill, very inappropriate. He's usually a good guy, but no. Can you speak on the charge intimidation of a witness? Yes. That was Hagbag. Yes. Diane likes Hagbag. It was when she wanted to contact the police and he pulled the phone away. It's my understanding it has to do with the assault that kept him overnight. I don't think they're going to keep that. Diane, I'm glad that you are thrilled with this. So, but that's what that is. Yeah. You know, the Hagbag thing, it just comes out of like sheer anger in many ways. I'm glad Diane enjoys it. What is it? I mean, I don't know at this point. Like, as I was listening to all this, and I want you guys to understand this, Tim Johnson knows. So what I do is I flood the zone. Now, and I want to be clear with many of you. When I jumped on this last Wednesday, whenever I jump on some of these stories, I have to be into it. And then my hope is that other people are into it. But look at how, people start finding out about it. And then we talk to the family and we talk to, the friend. And I want to thank Sean, who reached out to me. And it was his sister that said, hey, there is somebody that I think you should try to get on this story. And they contacted me. And that's why it's like I accepted. I called Sean Tuesday night last week and said, we talked at, I don't know, 10 o'clock. I just got out. I'd been out in the projects looking for crime. And I said, I'm in. And then did some checking, went out there. But everyone has their own approach. But I go all in. And I mean, we go all in. And Robin knows, and when we, like the Charlotte Lester thing, the rest of the media, they peel off. They go on to other stuff. They get assigned. They get told go like that. So last night, as we were saying, right, that first they raided the house, then that he was at the police station. I knew that. When I said that he had confessed, said he had drawn a map, and I said they found her body. And then, this morning I said he had actually stabbed her to death, and I don't say that lightly. And now new information is that he actually burned, which made sense when last night they said, we believe we've recovered the remains of Kylee Montero. So, because normally they might say, or probably would say, we recovered the body. So, not just the remains. So, but I didn't want to blurt that out. And I think a lot of you understand that. And I hope you respect it, that I like to vet things. We want to make sure we're on the right path. I'm very sensitive. I had the family calling me yesterday saying, what, you're saying this. And it wasn't, it was just certain parts of the equation, certain parts of the equation. I didn't overstep the bounds. I did not. But I was also last night surprised, as many of you saw, like people, they're bringing in the excavator, right? They're at the house. I'm saying they got him at the station. He's drawing a map. And then these people, do you think is she still alive? Like, I don't even know how to answer some of this stuff. Like, what? What do you think? What? They're fucking digging for the body. No. But is she dead? That was the thing. I had like 5 people last night, at least. Yeah, but is she dead? Have a tube underground? What do you think? It's fucking hide and go seek? But is she dead? Like, as opposed to what? But wasn't missing for an hour. Missing over a week. But is she dead? Like, what? I don't even know. I can't believe that it has to be spoken. I think it is a great chat. Your laughter during this live is off-putting. You haven't been doing it for a week, Andrea Nicole. Look at this. You haven't been doing it for a week. You just showed up. I've been on it for over a week. Listen, then there's a really easy solution here. You can scroll by. I have my own style. You can, like, look at that. I've watched for a week. No, not that one. No, Anna, you've watched for the last week. I don't, like, what part of scroll by don't you get? I know, Tracy. I've watched. Why did you watch for a week? You know what? I'm not going to. I can't. Who needs it? Why do you think they invented the block button? Beat it, Hagbag. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Yes, leave. Ah. All right. Yes, go on. Exactly. It gets frustrating after a while. Beat it. Screw. Thank you, Kristen. I don't know what to tell people. Then go follow the people that are trying to say that the police did it and they framed him and buried him there. All right. Any other questions? I know, Tyler, but it pops up in front of me. I don't storm off. Thank you, Tyler. Don't waste your time. Who needs it? We're over 101,000 followers. I got Diane. Listen, Debbie will tell me. Answer. What is our one rule? No hag bags. I think you're right, Tracy. I think you're right. There's an upside and a downside to the chat. The upside is I get to interact with everybody. The downside is I get to interact with everybody. So thank you, Heather. I usually listen when you're on radio and watch you live last week. It's way better. Thank you. I appreciate that. No hag bags allowed. Debbie has the rule. We established that. No weak poor. As Gary would say, no weak poor. I'm from Fall River. There we go. That's our creed. You know, that could be a t-shirt. I may have that on a t-shirt and send it to Diane. You know, I'm from Fall River, weak poor. Yes. And also, no I. Do you believe this? How long have I been dealing with Robin? My God. Jesus. What is wrong with these people? D-E capital P-E-T-R-O. Loretta loves the impressions. Yes. You know, when I was, that started early. Again, youngest of 7, right? So, when I was at St. Paul's School, in a very, when did it start? Maybe 2nd or 3rd grade, pretty young. I would, excuse me, I would do impressions of the nuns, but not blatant and not to get them riled, but just picture, you know, a little 7, 8-year-old very discreetly, like I keep saying, like, for instance, cafeteria, outside, but then obviously I would start to, if I did it in the classroom, my friends would lose it. So, and then you just, but anyhow, it started certain impressions that the chosen one can do. Well, you're going to get, I don't know what justice looks like. Yeah. I don't know, Carrie Ann. I feel bad. There's going to be a lot of second guessing. There is. Police were familiar with that house. Oh, Ann Marshall. I didn't know that. I didn't know Ann missed a lot of that stuff. Yes. What was too bad it's too bad. Yes. I'm telling you, Gail. But and a lot of different. I'd have to think. I would, that's how, but I would always do. I wasn't the class clown, far more the comedian. I'll tell you a quick story. So when I was in 6th grade, and the humor was really I know there's going to be justice, but I want to just touch on this for a moment. Like, I don't think there is. He took her life and the unborn child. I don't. No offense. I don't. The guy. Oh yeah, that's right, Ryan. Ryan liked that. All right, I'll do that again. Not tonight, but yes, it is. I agree with that. Yes. What's too bad? Well, let me just finish I'm not in a hurry, but I don't want to stay. I'm really tired, and I'd probably be. I don't think so. Michael's saying it's an active crime scene. I don't think so. He confessed. He drew the map. They have the body. I think it's pretty solid. This is not going to trial. It's not going to go to trial. But, oh boy. Oh, okay. 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 All right. Thank you very much to the new member. All right. Well, listen. Thank you, everybody. There's been a lot. I have other things. I know. I'm sure you have other questions. We'll do it again. At some point, I will. At some point, I will. I have another matter. I want to, once again, my condolences go out to the Caprio family. Judge Caprio was a friend of mine for close to 30 years. My kids used to, swim in the pool. David and Johnny and Frank and Paul and Marissa. The judge, I've interviewed him a bunch of times. I've interviewed him on stage. He was so, terrific with my children and my family. And the judge came when my folks passed away. So I want to end it on, first of all, feel terrible about Kylee and her family and the unborn child. And we'll continue to pray for them and for the family. Don't forget the vigil is this Saturday night. And also condolences go out to the Caprio family with Judge Caprio. So thank you, everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow live at 1. Don't forget the vigil this Saturday night.